guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. Well, I'm back with another neck fan or travel fan video. That's right. Actually, I have an update video for you guys. So for those of you who have previously enjoyed my neck fan video, which is a couple years old at this point, a lot of you have been reaching out and asking for an updated version. So for the past several weeks, me and the kids and some co-workers have been testing out numerous types of fans, neck fans, handheld fans, all types of fans that could be perfect for traveling. So yes, that includes Disney, Universal, travel in general. Going to Europe, yeah, Europe's pretty warm right now. These fans could be perfect for you. So as usual, I went ahead and researched all these fans. By the way, you can get them all on Amazon. So I will be popping up my link so you can directly purchase straight from there if you guys want to. So yes, these are all on Amazon. And I researched really high and low, read all the reviews, looked at all the specs, all the nooks and crannies, and came up with these items to purchase. Then I turned them all on high and tested them out, not only to see how long they lasted, but how powerful that breeze was, right? Plus, is the fan too loud? Yeah, all of those things we're gonna talk about in tonight's video. Are you ready? So, here's the big question, right? Which fan reigns supreme? So I took the winners from the last video, again, 2 years old, and I tested all these current fans to the winners of that video. So what do you guys think? Should we get into it to see what is the best fan to not only take to Disney, but to travel with in general? Just so you know, I have neck fans. I have handheld fans. I have a shirt fan. Yep, you heard me, a shirt fan. And I have cooling aids and more. Are you ready? Because maybe, just maybe, the answer isn't a fan at all. It's just something else that's gonna cool you down. Before I announce the winners, we're gonna talk about each individual fan because I happen to like all of the fans, perhaps for different reasons. Perhaps there's reasons to pick one over the other. So I'm gonna pop up the descriptions as usual, which includes the technical specs, because I 100% looked at those numbers when deciding to purchase these fans. So, you ready? Yeah? All right, so let's start with the winner from the last time's video. That was this handheld fan. I have been using this particular fan for years now. Absolutely love it. It's a pretty powerful fan. As you can see, this is just low, and it's already blowing my bangs. The awesome thing about this fan is it has 6 blades, and I really think 6 blades is what made this fan pretty amazing. I mean, look at this. This is insane. But anyway, if you guys want to know more about it here, this fan ran on high. I tested these all on high. Ran for only 2.5 hours, sadly. So that kind of bummed me out because this was the winner from the last video. I absolutely still love this fan. Even on low, it gives quite a punch in its power. You guys saw that. But yes, run on high, which is 3 speeds, it only lasted 2.5 hours. So that was a little downer for me. But I love this fan. I love that it's handheld. It's smallish. And I love that it folds. So not only does it fold so it can sit on a tabletop and blow at you, I've shown this in a few of my videos, but it also folds easy for packing away, perhaps sticking in your pocket if you have that wide of a pocket. It also has a spot for a lanyard. So like I said, the speed is pretty fast on this one. It lasted a decent amount of time, I guess, on high. But yeah, after 2 years, this fan is still robust and still pretty reliable. So I did compare all of these fans to this one because this is the winner, right? Ready for the next fan? So the next fan was like all the rage, right? It was all over TikTok. It was all over Instagram. It was rated pretty high. So of course I had to test it out. It's this little pocket fan right here. So yeah, let's talk about it. So the key points to this guy is it's a pocket fan. I mean, look at how tiny it is. It's I don't know, it's a lot larger than a tube of lipstick, but it's really tiny. It can fit in your pocket. And you open it up and you just turn it on. There you go. So what you'll notice here is it's not as powerful as the black fan on low or on high. I mean, it's still giving me quite a bit of a breeze, don't get me wrong, just not as powerful as the black one. Now, the cool thing about this, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's also a power bank. That's right, you need to charge your cell phone. You absolutely can charge your cell phone with this fan. Also, you fold it up, it's a light. Yeah, it's a 3-in-1, guys. It's a pocket fan, it's a power bank for your phone, and it's a flashlight, which makes it a pretty awesome travel size fan. But let's talk about a few things about it, right? So first thing, when I ran it on high, that is 3 speeds, it lasted over 8 hours. In fact, online, it says it's gonna last 13 hours on high. Now this is crazy, 13 hours, can you imagine? That's a full day and more at Disney if you want to use this bad boy on high all day long. So the speed, however, wasn't as amazing. It wasn't as amazing as this one, but it still gave out quite the punch. Also, it was really quiet. So I do believe after doing all the testing, the fans that had the most speed, the most power, were the loudest. And the fans that didn't have as much speed, this one, were the quietest. So, you know, kind of give and take there a little bit. What I love about it is A, it fits in your pocket. You can charge your phone. It's also a flashlight. And if you set it up properly, like this, it can also be a tabletop fan. So if you take it outside somewhere and you're holding it and then you go and sit down, you can put it on the table and have it blow at you. The downside to this, I do have a warning on this one, is there's no cage around the fan. The fan is free flowing, right? Does that make sense? The blades are right here. We can touch them and mangle them. So even though they're not sharp or pointy, it can get tangled in your bangs if you get a little too close to your hair. So I'm gonna call this fan not really child friendly because you really wouldn't want to get a kid's hair caught in the blades. But if needed, you can stop the fan while it's going. It's not going to chop off your fingers, and the fan will indeed stop. So it does have a safety mechanism in there for that, but still not something I'd want to deal with a child having all their hair tangled in a hair fan. So yes, that is the white one. Are you ready for the light blue fan? Yes, this aqua fan right here. I actually had high hopes for this fan. It was rated really, really high on Amazon. I absolutely love the size. It is smaller than my cell phone. It can fit directly into your pocket. I love the idea of it being in my pocket, really slim, really slender, and then popping it out, right? So let's talk about it. So this one only has 2 speeds. The first speed is pretty fast. This is speed number 2. I mean, look at what it's doing to my bangs here. So that's pretty awesome. Whew, feels good. It's hot filming in front of all these lights. But let's talk about it. So when I tested it and ran it on high, again, 2 speeds, it only lasted an hour and a half. This totally bummed me out. Makers of this fan, if you could make this last at least 4 to 6 hours, I would love this bad boy. So yes, even though it's an amazing fan, could be used for many purposes, sadly it only lasted an hour and a half on high. The speed is pretty good, like I said, and the sound wasn't too bad. So yeah, decent speed, decent sound, decent power, right? Sadly, it only lasted an hour and a half, but like I said, it's the perfect size, fits in my pocket, could fit in a bag, comes with the lanyard. You can actually wear this one over your neck or just around your wrist. Absolutely loved this fan. Just wish it lasted longer. Also, it does have a cage on here to protect the blades. In fact, all of these have the cage except for that one white one, which is why I pointed it out. But yeah, you could give this to a child and they're not gonna have any injuries with this one. Next one up is what I'm calling the dark blue fan. This is actually from the same brand, same maker as the little white fan. So I thought, since the little white fan was so amazing, I thought I would try out fans from the same manufacturer, right? The same brand, which brought me to this dark blue one, right? So pretty good fan. I do believe it only has 3 speeds. As you can see, it's not amazing, the power here on speed 1 and 2. 3 is okay. 3 feels good. You guys can see that. I love the size of this thing. Again, it's about the size of my hand. It's just a little bit thicker than the light blue one. You could technically put it in your pocket if you kind of have a wide pocket. Easy to kind of slip in your bag, slip in your purse. And it has a flat bottom, so it technically can stand tabletop as well. So if you take a rest and get some quick service, you could absolutely pop it on the table and have it cool you down, right? So here's the info for you. Tested on high. It ran for 7.5 hours, guys. Boom. This is what we need at Disney. We need a fan that can run on high for 7.5 hours. Absolutely love that. Like I said, the speed was okay. It's not amazing. It was kind of down there at the bottom in terms of speed, but it had decent amount of power for the fact for it to last 7.5 hours. Sound was okay. It's not too loud compared to some of the others. So it was kind of like the medium fan. Out of all the fans, this one I rated kind of medium. It was in the middle. Like I said, it's handheld. It fits on the table, could fit in your pocket. It's safe for your fingers and your hair. So yeah, this is the dark blue tabletop fan. So the next fan is also the same brand as the white one and the dark blue one. I loved the power of that white one that I kind of researched and got more items from that brand. This is kind of a lightish brown color. It was the cheapest of all the different colors, so that's why I bought it. Yeah, it's about the same size as that dark blue one. It's the same kind of concept, right? You can hold it in your hand. It's about the same size as your hand. Has a flat bottom, so it can definitely go on a tabletop and cool you down. It comes with a lanyard to put around your wrist. The key thing here is it has 5 speeds. So if you don't like speed number 1, right, you can take it all the way to 5. Yeah. Woo! This feels nice. When you're super hot at Disney and you're just dripping in sweat, yeah, number 5 is the way to go. The speed number 5 is actually pretty similar to the black fan that won from the previous year. So yes, that's this light brown one, but let's talk about it, right? So I didn't run this one on high because it has 5 speeds. I felt like it wouldn't really compare to everything else. So I ran it on speed 3, solidly speed 3 until it ran out. And it ran for about 6 hours on speed 3. That's not bad at all, guys, because speed 3 on this one is pretty close to speed 3 on this one. So that's why I kind of ran them so they would be kind of similar, you know. I absolutely love how powerful this is in terms of the speed, because sometimes you're indoors or you've been in a long line for a really long time and you just want to do a quick blast of the, you know, of speed 5, and then you can take it down a notch and just do speed 3 for the rest of the day. So you have that opportunity to go higher if you want more power, you want more wind blowing at you. So I absolutely loved that option. In terms of loudness, this was louder than a couple of the other fans, but again, it's because it's super powerful. It has 5 speeds, and you saw what it was doing to my hair. So absolutely, I love this fan. Like I said, 6 hours on speed 3. It was semi-loud. It fits in your hand, tabletop lanyard. It's got the cage for your hair and your fingers. In fact, it's got very little, can't get much in there, which is pretty sweet. So this is, I do believe, the end of the handheld fans. And like I said, we will get to a winner towards the end, but I'm not done yet, guys, because I said t-shirt fan. Are you guys thinking in your head, Nina, what's a t-shirt fan? Yeah, when I was doing all this research, I didn't know these existed until I saw them. You know, it was like a pop-up, like, don't forget to try this thing. I'm like, what is this? So I started researching them, absolutely fell in love with the concept of a t-shirt fan. So I had to test one out for you guys. Here it is right here. This is a t-shirt fan. Now first I'm gonna tell you, it's kind of bulky. Yes, it's technically hand size pocket. I don't know if I want to stick this in my pocket. It's pretty big. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty robust. The perk about this bad boy, and I'm going to show you the t-shirt part in a second, is it's also a power bank. In fact, it's a 5-day long power bank. It has the same amount of power in this power bank than my backup battery thing is for my phone that I always use in the park. That's a 5-day backup battery. This has the same amount in it. So this can technically charge your phone for 5 days if you don't overly charge like I do. Anyway, so this has got a lot of power in it to not only charge the fan, but to also charge your phone if you need to. And of course, in an emergency, it does also have a flashlight. Now, of course, they advertise the t-shirt fan as people who are outdoors a lot, perhaps construction workers, people mowing the lawn, people running, people working on roofs, stuff like that. So that's why it's pretty durable and really robust. Now, you ready to see how it works? I can't wait to show you guys. All right, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm kind of pulling my pants up a little bit, but there's a clip in the back that you actually put on your pants. Now I am wearing kind of yoga pants, so they are a little baggier than perhaps you would want. But you put them and you hook them right on the band of your pants. And then right here you see these 2 clips. So you take your t-shirt and you actually put them into the 2 clips. So it's actually blowing air under my shirt. Can you guys hear that? Can you see that? It's actually blowing the air under my shirt, getting completely under my shirt. I can feel it all the way through my chest area here. Not quite up to my neck, but this is pretty powerful. It's blowing. So what did you guys think? Did you see that? So you clip it on your pants with this clip. So this part's attached to your pants, your belt, whatever. And then your t-shirt fits through these clips, allowing air to blow through up from this way, out through this way, and this side is the part that's under your shirt. So however you wear it, you can wear it in the front and angle it straight up. You can wear it on the side, however you want to wear it. And the air just blows straight up as far as it can get. Like I said, I wear my pants a little baggy. I'm wearing yoga pants right now. So it blew up to about here. I could hear it. It wasn't quite hitting my face. But for those of you who get really sweaty under your shirt, this is a really good option. It has 2 buttons here. One is the fan button, one is the light button. But yeah, this is a pretty robust guy, but let's get to the specs about it, right? So when I tested it on high, right, it lasted over 8 hours. 8 hours, guys. That is amazing. It actually says in the fine print it can run up to 24. I'm assuming that's on low. Sadly here, this was the loudest fan. I don't know if you guys could hear it when I was showing it to you. It is the loudest fan out of all of these, but it's also pretty fast and it's extremely powerful. So if you don't mind all the noise, maybe you're doing some work outside or something like that where it's, you know, you're mowing the lawn, that's loud anyway. This is absolutely could be a perfect fan for you. Like I said, it's super cool that it sits underneath your shirt and it blows up. But you could technically put this hook like on a backpack strap and kind of try to angle it to your face. So there's many ways you could try to use this. But like I said, because it's so robust, it is heavier than most of the other fans, so just kind of know that. A few times it was kind of pulling my pants down. Again, I'm wearing baggy yoga pants. If you're wearing jeans, construction pants, and you've got a belt on, it would probably be a little bit more secure, less likely to pull your pants down, but I mean, it's pretty amazing. It's a power bank flashlight, it's durable. You can actually, you know, put it on a table and have it blow at you if you don't want to wear it on your shirt. So yeah, absolutely loved that guy if you're looking for that type of fan. So should we move on to the neck fans? Yep, I know you guys are ready for it. So first we're going to talk about the winner of the previous video, and that's this neck fan. Yep, we still use it. I want to let you know that if you want to buy this fan right now, you cannot get this version. The company has updated this version of the fan. So even though it's the same link, if you go on my link, it's the exact same link. You have an updated version. I tested the old version, but I read the specs for the new version, so we're gonna kind of talk about both. But this is the winner of the neck fan from the previous video. Why? My kids picked it for this reason. It can fit on anyone's neck. No matter the size of your neck, it's gonna fit you, and it doesn't pinch or pull my hair. It is super lightweight. It is very, very comfortable. This is why this neck fan won, right? So, but let's get to the specs about it. When I tested it on high, sadly, it only ran for 2 hours. That is unfortunate. However, the updated version, the version you can buy today on Amazon, lasts 4 hours. Now that's pretty good. On high for 4 hours, that's not too bad. Like I said, it's comfy, it's bendable, it doesn't pinch or trap my hair. If you wear your hair down, your hair doesn't get caught in the fan. These are the reasons why we picked it. Sound is pretty good. It's not too loud or blaring in my ear, which is key when wearing a neck fan. So I have to mention it. The cons to having a neck fan is if you test these things out in your house where you have air conditioning, it's gonna keep circulating the air in the environment that you're in. So when you test it indoors, it's circulating whatever temperature you keep your air in your house. When you go outside, you know what it's circulating? The hot air. So when you take this to Disney, my kids, one of their complaints is that it just kept making them feel hot because it was circulating the hot air, unfortunately. So even though it was nice to have a fan around their neck, it wasn't really cooling them off per se because it was just recirculating that warm air, which is why I had suggested you could wear this with a cooling towel and all those kinds of things. But just know that in advance when you do get a neck fan, no matter what, if it's got a fan, it's not cooling that air, it's just recirculating the air that's already out there and blowing it across your face. But yeah, so this is, like I said, the winner of that previous video. Now, I decided to up my game a little bit. I did lots of research and I came across these fans that have something called a cooling plate. That is an actual plate inside the fan that is designed to cool you. You see that plate? So there were several companies that made these plates, including really popular fans that were in the $300 range. And I thought, do I really want to buy a $300 neck fan? Do I really want to encourage you guys to buy a $300 neck fan? So I read all the specs and I read all the reviews, and then I found a comparable fan that had also the cooling plate that everyone was saying it was just the same or better than the $300 version. So in an effort to save you guys some money, I am here to show you this cooling neck fan. Again, all this information is going to be on my Amazon link. So like I said, it has this cooling plate right here. So should we give it a try? I'm going to put it on. Now, it doesn't just cool my neck with a cooling plate, it also has a fan. So it has 6 different speeds, so to speak. The cooling plate has a speed, the 3 speeds, and the fan has 3 speeds. So right now I'm just going to turn on the cooling part. All right, oh my gosh, it's instant. And then it's got 3 levels. So I'm going to turn it on the highest level, and you can instantly feel this like cooling sensation on the back of your neck. I don't even have the fan on. You could absolutely have the fan on as well. Now, me and the kids tested this inside, outside. Yeah, we like this fan, but let me tell you guys about the specs. So when we ran this fan, I ran the cooling plate on high because I figured that's the whole point of this fan is the cooling plate, right? So I ran that on high. I didn't want to run the fan also on high because then I know it's not going to last more than a couple of hours. So I ran the cooling plate on high and the fan on low because I figured the whole point is really the plate. The fan just recirculates that hot air, right? Just like I said above. So yeah, running the cooling plate on high and the fan on low, it lasted for over 3 hours, which is not bad if you save to wear something like this for the heat of the day, right? The peak of the day at Disney, perhaps you're stuck in a super duper long line and you just need something to get you through that super duper long line, like Rise of the Resistance or something like that. So the cooling plate absolutely does, you can feel it instantly on your neck. It does have that cooling effect. It is somewhat lightweight, not as lightweight as the original fan, but you know, it's got some other things to it. The cooling plate does create some condensation, but I wasn't soaking wet. Like it drips a little bit, but the back of my neck might have some beading, but I am not soaking wet. It is not getting me wet. The downside to this fan is oh, it's happening right now. Even though it's a little bendable, right, which is nice, it tends to pinch the baby hairs on my back. So like my baby neck hairs, or if some hair kind of got down, even though I wear my hair up. So every time I wear it and take it off, I do have a piece of hair I have to take out of it. So that's kind of the downside to this, is it does kind of pinch my neck a little bit, but not really my neck, more like my hair, right? In the end, I was just really, really encouraged by the cooling plate. I can feel it now, even though the fan is off my neck. I can just, if I touch the back of my neck, yes, like I said, there's a little bit of beading in back there. It's cold. It is super cool. It absolutely cools down my neck. Does it cool down the rest of me? Not really, but it absolutely helps maintain cooling down that neck area, which does feel nice. So I am definitely encouraged by that fan. I liked the concept of the cooling plate a lot. They do sell neck fans where they have cooling plates on the side and the back. I tested those as well. Unfortunately, when the neck fan was on, not all 3 cooling plates were actually touching my neck at the same time. So I found that I had to do like one of these kind of things, you know, looks real good, to get all the plates to touch my neck. So I was like, well, what's the point in that, right? So that's why I stuck with this one. Again, I really, really love the idea of the cooling plate. The other thing I have, and I think you guys saw me wearing it, I started the video with it, again, part of my test, is something called a cooling neck tube. So when I'm doing all this research, I came across these weird tube things. In fact, a coworker did the same thing and actually bought them, and she was testing them for me, and she was like, you gotta buy these and just, I wanna know what you think, kind of thing. So I went ahead and bought them. You get 2 in a package, and they fit kind of like neck fans. They go around your neck. They don't pinch, they don't hurt. This is it, and it's kind of semi-frozen state, if that's the way you want to call it. But it's got some liquid in here that totally thaws out, where you can pinch it and it looks like liquid running through it. And then depending on the temperature, air conditioning temperature, ice temperature, refrigerator temperature, it does kind of get into a freezing mode where it gets rock solid. And that's when you can say, put them on your neck. Oh, that feels good. I had it in the refrigerator, so it is definitely cooling me down a little bit. But yeah, they're these weird little neck thingies, but we're gonna talk about it. So I tested it straight from the fridge, and I wore it. It kept me coolish, and I'm gonna use that term coolish, for about 2 hours, and that's what it says it does online. When you get it out of the fridge or out of a bucket full of ice, which is the best way to kind of freeze it, is it does instantly kind of make your neck feel cool. However, as the hotness of your body warms it up, the coolness kind of goes down. In the end, the company is saying, even though it doesn't feel cold, it is keeping you cooler than what your temperature is, because it naturally likes to stay at about 84 degrees, which is cooler than your 98 degrees body temperature, if that makes sense. So even when it's not in its refrigerated, frozen state, it is supposed to technically cool you to a cooler temperature than what you naturally are. And so that's just the interesting, weird thing about it. So of course I'm doing all these testing, and sadly this is what I found out. Directly out of the fridge, it does 100% cool me. I absolutely love it for post-workouts. I love it when you do something outside and you coming back in, perhaps you did some gardening and you come back in and you just feel like you're just all hot and sweaty. Yeah, put one of these on. I also loved it for hot showers. How many of you take a hot shower, you get out of the shower and you're like, whoops, that was a little too hot. Absolutely love putting one of these bad boys in when they're directly from the fridge. But unfortunately, even throughout this video, I was wearing this white one. It doesn't feel cold anymore. It doesn't feel refrigerator cold anymore. So I think that's the issue for me. I absolutely love the concept of these things, but the refrigerator cool, the type of cool I want to feel, doesn't last very long. It lasts about 20 to 30 minutes. However long it takes to actually cool it down in the refrigerator seems to be how long it stays cool on my hot neck. Perhaps I'm hotter and sweatier than most people, I don't know. Basically, it didn't prevent me from sweating, and that kind of I don't know what that's kind of important to me. I would love to get something that I wear that helps prevent the sweating. I was still actively sweating even though it was keeping me cool. The other thing about it is, I don't know if you guys noticed, but it's not touching my neck in all spots. I mean, this would be touching my neck in all spots. So it's not really cooling down everything. It just kind of feels like a light ice pack on my neck that thaws really quickly, I guess is the best way to talk about it. So yes, absolutely enjoy this product. I like the concept of the product. I would love to see it last a lot longer in its cooling state. So even though technically it is supposed to be cooling me down because it's cooling me better than what my normal temperature is, I'm still over here sweating. I can still feel sweat and heat and all those things. So I'm not really sure how well these particular items would work, say, at Disney, especially since I'm not walking around with the refrigerator on my hands. Of course, you can dip them in an ice bucket, or they do refreeze just sitting in air conditioning. They do kind of get, I mean, this has been out of the fridge for an hour. It's still kind of really cold just sitting here in air conditioning. But I miss that cooling sensation. This just doesn't give that, if that makes sense. But I think they would work great if you had an ice bucket around or a cooler and you were headed to the beach or the pool and you just came out of the pool and you're hot because you're not in the cool water anymore. Slap one of these bad boys on, and that I could totally see kind of help keeping you cool while you're out in the sunshine. I was just testing it more or less all day long, or when I'm active. Like when I'm at Disney, I'm walking around, I'm getting sweaty, right? And so that's what I was testing it against. So yes, that's these weird cooling neck tubes. The last product I tested was actually a cooling towel. Now this is a new cooling towel. It is a more updated per se than the other cooling towels I already have. And that is this cooling towel right here. Now I bought it because A, it was rated really, really high. It had a lot of really good reviews. I love that it comes in its own little travel kind of case and a little thing here where I can carabiner it onto my backpack. So I can bring it with me wherever I go. Doesn't mean I'm always gonna use it, but I could use it, right? So I absolutely love the handy dandy little travel case that it comes into. So you just unvelcro it and you pull it out. It is still a little wet because I was using it earlier. Anyway, this is it right here. It comes in various colors. Now this is what I love about it. Comparing it to my other cooling towels, and yes, I have many, is it is thin. It is super duper thin. Some of the earlier cooling towels were really, really thick, and I felt like I was wearing this thick, almost like wet cardboard thing on my neck. I don't know if you guys remember those. Some of them, when they dried out, they would get stiff and hard to the point where you couldn't wrap them up, you couldn't put them away, and they were just kind of awkward. You had to keep wetting them to keep them soft, and then when they dried up, they got all crisp and hard like cardboard. It was strange. This is soft. This is still got a little bit of dampness to it, but it's kind of dry out for the most part. And it is soft, it is stretchy, it's supposed to be UV protected. It has a color side and a black side. And I love because it's so thin and so long, it's so versatile, which is why I love it. So you can wear it as a scarf, right? So this is how I normally wear cooling towels, especially for you ladies. You're gonna love this tip. You put it around your neck and then you shove it underneath your shirt. Pull it up high around your neck to cool you. You can even wrap it kind of like a scarf so it, you know, cuts in front of you. But you want to dangle those longer pieces under your shirt. Ladies, stick it in your bra. Have it cool down your chest. I absolutely love wearing my cooling towel under my shirt. I see so many people at Disney wearing them over their shirt. That's not cooling anything. Stick them under your shirt. Have it touch your bare skin. That's what's going to cool you down. So I actually will stick mine right over my chest, kind of tuck it in my bra a little bit, and it will absolutely cool me down. But it's so long that it can go pretty far down underneath my shirt. You can also wear it as a bandana, right? If you're being active. And if you're out and you're hot and you're almost getting a little bit of heat stroke, you can wear it over your whole head and just kind of drape your whole head from the sun's rays. But I absolutely love how long it is, how thin it is, how versatile it is, how easy it is to, you know, wrap up, to fold up. When tested, it did maintain its softness. It does stay cool for about 2 hours, which is great. the thing about cooling towels, if you don't know this, to reactivate them, you just get them wet. The colder the water, the better it is. So if if you're at Disney, ask someone for ice water and just go down and stick this in the cup of ice water. Let it sit there for a while and then you wring it out and wear it and you got such a nice cooling feeling. In fact, I love mixing cooling towels and neck fans together. That way that air that it's recirculating, that warm air, doesn't feel warm on you because you're wearing a cooling towel. So yeah, this was the cooling towel that I have updated, and yes, I will be throwing out all my other cooling towels because this just trumps them by far. So yes, those are all the items that I have tested, tried and true. But are you ready to see which ones reigned supreme? Which ones did my family, after testing all of these and doing all the crazy things that we did for weeks, which ones we still go for, which ones that we would go to be our #1 fan to take with us when we travel. You guys ready? All right, in terms of the handheld fan, we have 3 here that became the winners. 1, which is the ultimate winner. You guys ready? So we're gonna start backwards. #3, we decided that the #3 best fan was indeed the white one. We loved that it was small. We loved that it was pocket size. Having a fan be able to fit in your pocket is so convenient because constantly having to go inside your backpack or whatever you got going on to get it out is a pain in the butt. Having a pocket fan is absolutely amazing. We love that it lasted forever. I mean, it lasted beyond a day at Disney. And we also love that it's also a power bank and a flashlight. In fact, this makes an excellent just travel fan to kind of always keep in your backpack, always keep in your suitcase. It's versatile, it's great. The fan capabilities isn't the best, but it's still pretty good for what we got going on. So yes, this one maintained spot #3. #2, really, really close to #1. I mean, it was a close 1 and 2. It was pretty close. Was my original fan. This bad boy is still a winner. I cannot believe it. After all these years, even though this is an older version, testing against all these newer fans, this one still reigns supreme. I can't believe it. Why? It's got 6 blades. That means power. It is so powerful when you turn it on. It just absolutely feels amazing. It's a pocket fan. It's a table fan. I absolutely love bending it and hooking it to my backpack. So I can actually hook it to my backpack and have it blowing against my face when I'm walking around. I use one of these zip tie things and I kind of zip it to my backpack strap and then it just blows on my face. Absolutely love this fan after all these years. This made #2. It was almost #1. #1, however, ended up being the little brown fan. Again, it's the size of my hand. If you have a larger size pocket, it could absolutely go in your pocket. It's small, it's thin, easy to go in your backpack. Comes with a strap, 5 speeds, 5 amazing speeds. This is just speed 3. And it feels great. Woo! Yep. So this lasted a full day long at Disney, possibly more. It's small, it's easy, it's gonna protect the hair and the nails from the kiddos. So yes, this ended up reigning as #1. So #1, #2, #3. But that's not all. That was just the handheld fans. Now the t-shirt fan ended up, I just find it really amazing. I don't know if it's perfect for Disney, but I think it could be perfect for someone who's traveling who gets really sweaty in their shirt area. I was actually really amazed and impressed by the t-shirt fan. So for someone who needs that type of fanage and who isn't afraid of the loud sound, I absolutely think this could be the perfect fan for you. In fact, I was able to put it on my Lululemon like fanny pack that I wear crossbody, and I was able to strap it and have it pointing directly at my face, just straight up and down. Wow, was that an amazing feeling. So if you can get a backpack strap to go between your straps, and you can kind of stick it right there with these clips and have it pointing directly at your neck, at your face, That's an amazing feeling, guys. So don't discount the t-shirt fan. Again, unfortunately, it is heavy, but it's also a power bank, so you could charge a couple of cell phones with that bad boy. All right, when it comes to the neck fan, yeah, this one did in a way beat the previous fan, but it's only because of the cooling plate. I found the cooling plate to just bump it up just a little bit of a notch. Was the cooling plate amazing? No, but I could still feel it on my neck minutes later. The downside to this is it doesn't fit perfectly on my neck. You kind of have to make a few adjustments. You want to make sure it's on your skin, not over your t-shirt. I wear necklaces, so I was like adjusting my necklaces to get the fit right, to get that cooling plate to be directly on your skin. My son, however, he loved this. He was like, he keeps coming over and grabbing it to put on. He'd go outside, he'd come back, and he would put on this neck fan. He absolutely loved it. So there is a point of adjustment here where you have to figure out how to get that plate to fit good on your neck. Again, it pinches my baby hairs, but I like the concept. I like where this is going. I like the fact that this feels cool when the air that comes out feels just kind of warm when it's that hot outside. So, but if you're looking for a fan that doesn't have all the nooks and crannies of the cooling plate, this fan still reigns supreme. Out of all the other neck fans on the market, I still absolutely love this one. So if you want a basic fan, yeah, this fan is perfect. If you want to go up a notch and get the cooling plate, then yeah, I do recommend this fan as well. And like I said, this cooling towel was better than all the other cooling towels, the Fog Togs and all the other brands I have previously talked about and used, purely because it doesn't get all hard and crusty, and it's really versatile, and it is super duper soft, and you can wash it, reuse it over and over again. So yeah, absolutely loved this cooling towel. So yeah, guys, that is my neck fan video. I am so sorry it got super duper long, but I tested a lot of products. Again, they will all be up on my Amazon link. In fact, I'm going to have a specific category just for fans, so you know exactly where to go. It's going to have the neck fans, the handheld fans, the cooling towels. I will put my zip tie things that I use to attach the fans to my backpack. And I'll even put up some wrist lanyard extenders that you can put on the bottom of the fans, right, to attach them to your wrists. But absolutely, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a long time coming. It takes a lot of time to research all the fans and to purchase them and test them out. And you've got new weird things that you just have to try and see what they're all about. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am so sorry it got super duper long. So let's end it quickly, right? Anyway, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications, like this video, and comment. Was this the video you're waiting for? Did I help you out? I tested the old winners with some new updated versions to see who reigns supreme. What did you guys think? Are you gonna go out and buy these fans? Did you buy this one and you're pretty happy that this got #2, therefore you feel like, yeah, I can still keep this one and rock it out? Or are you gonna go and buy this one right away? Let me know in the comments. As always, guys, please, please, please share my videos. This video isn't just for people who go to Disney and Universal. Anyone who is traveling right now, you go into a state fair, you're going to a place that's hot, the beach, the pool, these fans work for all forms of outdoor activity. So yes, please share and let me know what you think, guys. But as always, mahalo for watching. Nina out. Bye, guys.